Hey guys, this is Neon Nezi, back again with another Destiny Knights video. Today we're going to be taking a look at Caesar and how he can help us out in the WYVERMENSH. This is also my first WYVERMENSH or the MEDINA faction boss guide video for the global server. That being said, today's setup is a little bit different. I'm trying it out in a new room, so let me know how you guys think. There's a little bit of echo, but there's less background noises, so just let me know. Let's talk about WYVERMENSH. If you guys want a detailed guide on Caesar, please go ahead and check out my previous video where I covered him in full detail, rock and paper. So WYVERMENSH is just as hard as Destro. There are a lot of mechanics that go into play, and it's very important. Like, you can watch my videos, you can watch anybody's videos, but you yourself need to get a little bit of practice in it before you can do really good. And that's what I love about Destiny Knights, is the fact that it's not just another gacha game. It's not a turn-based game, I should say. It's more of like skill-based and timing, strategy-based game. So this is the Asia server. It's why people have their scores in the millions. Degeneration, he's from my guild. Antonella is our leader. This guy, Chinese guy, is also from Delicious. NKOO is also from Delicious, and me myself. My score is not as impressive, but then again, apparently I was doing something wrong. So today we're going to talk about all the units that they use. It's Benito, Pony, Caesar, Cadiz, and Carlota, and of course those respective elements as well. So let's go ahead and talk about the units. I can actually talk about them through here, can't I? Yep, this makes it so much more easier. So we have Benito. He is simply there for the damage. What's great is that when you bring in a unit from the same faction, your units will deal 500% more damage. Or at least that's how I think it works. I could be wrong on that. But at least that's how I understand it. Which is why people will rather bring Benito into this faction boss instead of Scissor Gunter. So his second skill is what makes him so OP. This normal attacks, special attacks that ignore defense, 80%. They skill off of attack, so these are his stats right here. Not too much cooldown reduction, just whatever I get from the Grit Crest, the 4-set, well actually, the 2-set Grit Crest. And again, it really doesn't matter what you put on him. I would recommend concentration. Try to maximize critical rate and then critical damage. I did do a video once where we came to the conclusion that critical damage plays a much bigger role when it comes to amplifying the damage rather than trying to buff up attack or defense. So this is my Benito. I would recommend people have at least 30% critical rate on him. I have mine on 41%, but then again, that's also because of the title. Then we have Pony. A lot of people don't really know this, but this is a 3-star unit, and it's why it's pretty much maxed out when it comes to skills. This right here, all it does in level 5 is increase the damage that he deals from 30% to 37%, so which is why I don't think I really need to level it up, so I haven't. But he's great because, or she is great because first skill has a 2 break point, and the WYVERMENSH boss is not immune to this break. So this break does apply, and what's also cool is that you have a 35% chance to chill. That's a pretty high chance to chill a target. Not to mention, the second ability also chills for 40%. So 40%, 35%, that's basically like you're gonna freeze them at least once, right? And what's super great about this unit is that the second skill will actually buff status activation chance by 25%. So this right here becomes a 65% chance to chill, and this one over here becomes a 60% chance to chill. So between these two moves, you guys should be landing your debuffs fairly easily. Not to mention, I also have a 11% status activation chance from substats. So for Pony, I would recommend people first try and get 60% skill cooldown reduction, and then try to get more status activation. I just slapped on some leftover orbs and crests onto my Pony, so not the best. But what I would say is that if you guys can get like 20% status activation, with 60% cool skill cooldown reduction, you guys are in the gold. And definitely try to use all vitality orbs and all grit crests. I just have these iron wall orbs just because because they were left over, and I just wanted to skill him up, orb him up. Then we have Carlota, who is again on a variety. Look at those orbs, colorful. It's like a freaking rainbow right there. But then again, I did that because yes, her heal scales off of attack, but more than her heal, we're gonna be focusing on two things. First one is her skill cooldown reduction, as we do with all units. So trying to get that 60% is crucial. The second one is the buff duration increase. Now, ideally, you guys would want at least 39% buff duration increase. The reason is because of her first skill. When you activate this skill, it has, with the 60% cooldown reduction, that 45-second cooldown becomes a 18-second cooldown, and this skill has a cooldown of 13 seconds. So basically, for 5 seconds, this skill is on cooldown. But with the buff duration, I have been able to increase that 13 seconds to 17 seconds at 31% buff duration increase. If you guys want it to last 18 seconds, that's when you guys need to bring in 39% buff duration increase, which I have not been able to do. But it is possible. I know Antonella and Degeneration have both achieved it. I just need to get 8% more somehow. Anyway, these are her orbs and crests. Colorful as they are, rather than damage or the heal that we get from her second skill, we are trying to maximize the skill cooldown reduction. Then we have CESAR. Looked over again simply for the fact that he is a 4-star unit, but he's actually super good. So what makes him great is that his second skill has a double break, which can also be effective on the boss. So between him and Pony, that's 4 breaks in total. And then his first skill will actually increase critical rate by 25% and critical damage by 40% for 15 entire seconds. I really should feed these CESAR into him and get that cooldown reduction. I really should. I really should. Need to summon 1 more Cadis. But basically, you guys might be thinking, well, why not bring in Gunter, or why not bring in, Paper Gunter or Rock Arcana? They both have a lot more utility. True, Rock Arcana has the immunity shield and a 50% increase in critical rate, while Gunter has like an 80% increase in critical damage, I think, and critical rate increases by 30%. But what they both lack is the break skill. And you want to be able to break the boss every single time, every single chance you get. And unless you can cycle through your skills quickly enough, or unless you have 7 breakpoints ready to break the boss every single time, you're not going to be able to do it. So right now we have 4 breakpoints. Then we come back to yesterday's star and possibly today's star as well, Rock frickin' Caesar. He is exactly on what he needs to be at concentration and bravery. You guys can mix it up here. A lot of people go for bravery. I try to get some critical rate with concentration. And then for crest, go for either precision or grit. Try to get, again, 60% skill cooldown reduction. Mine is only at 50%, but he does have a status activation chance of 29%, and that is super important. With Pony over there, that becomes what? 54% status activation when Pony's second skill is activated. So he is super good. I'm just showing you guys my stats over here really quick. He is super good because his first attack will burn and break defense. Now burning is great against Destro. WYVERMENSH not so much, but the break defense still helps you maximize damage. This skill is what's so great about him. It is that you have 3 breakpoints, which both bosses, Destro and WYVERMENSH, are not immune to. So that's 2 from Pony, 2 from Cadis, 3 from Caesar. That's 7 in total. Then you have a attack decrease. So every time they hit you, they're going to be hitting you for only, because you reduce the attack by you reduce the attack by 65%. So they're only going to be dealing 35% of the damage that they're supposed to deal onto you. And you spotlight them, increasing your chance of quitting by 20%. So this is a 20% increased chance in critical hit. My Benito has 41%, that's 61% in total. And let's not forget that Cadis increases critical rate by 25%. So overall, my Benito, who's my main nuker, essentially has a crit rate of 86%, which is pretty darn reliable, guys. So anyway, enough theory crafting, enough games. Let's get into it. Before we do though, I feel like I forgot to show you guys the orbs and crests on my Cadis. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't, but it's always good to be safe. Don't want people being like, oh, you never did this, oh, you never did that. Okay, so let's go ahead and enter this adventure. You might basically what happened was that I failed the run. My screen, I'm not gonna give excuses. Basically I failed the run, but I'm gonna do it again, so let's get right into it. Okay, tips for this is to, well, first of all, you guys need practice. So if this is your first time doing it, you're probably not gonna get a very high score. You need to get familiar with all the different attacks that the boss uses. There's the claw, there's a fire breath, there's like the meteor shower, there's a fire breath that goes, there's a claw that he brings in diagonally, and then there's a fire breath that he throws off from the air and like straight at you. So first off, what you want to do is, what I do is I activate Caesar's skill, get that activation, get my damage rolling, get the critical rate going, and I just basically wait for a bit. And then we have the meteor shower. He always starts off with the meteor shower. And then once this starts, what I do is I make sure that I activate all of these break skills. So once I activate all the break skills, I then hit the cooldown. So this is why cooldown and buff duration go hand in hand with Carlota. If you guys look, my Carlota says 18 seconds on the first skill to come off cooldown. If you guys look up behind or below my health bar, there's the cooldown reduction icon, which in this case is the hourglass, and that says 17 seconds. So basically, because of 60% skill cooldown reduction and 31% buff duration, every cycle of my Carlota's first skill, there's only going to be 1 second in that cycle where I don't have skill cooldown reduction. I would like to get it to 18 seconds, but for that I need to get my buff duration up to 39 seconds. I mean 39%. So right here, we're just gonna, we broke the boss, going to get with Benito, and now just cycle your skills. Alright, calmly wait for skills to come off cooldown one by one and just go through them in a timely and very calm fashion. Make sure you guys are hitting these break skills as they are coming off cooldown. Just, whoa. You know, my screen today is just, it's not cooperating very much. This is not my best run. It's definitely not my best run. But anyway, so basically a little bit after the first break, I am at 20 million damage, which is not bad. Right here we're gonna have to move because the claw is coming up. I know for a fact the claw is coming up next. Yeah, see? Activate all your breaks. Break the boss. Now just go through your skills in a timely, orderly, don't panic. Nothing to panic about. Elongate that break time. Keep cycling through your skills. Every skill does some damage, even though if it's not a lot, so make sure you're hitting those skills as they come off of cooldown. Try to elongate that break cycle as much as you guys can. Just keep going. And definitely do not panic. After a few rounds, guys, you guys should be doing this just like I am, without panicking, without any breaks, just keeping at it. I want to reach 50 million damage before this break circle goes down, so hopefully we can do that. We did it, 50 million before the break time is up. So that basically puts us back on track a little bit. So that's how much help I can give you guys in terms or in regard of the break, or in regard of the things that happen. It's generally the meteor shower first, then there's a claw that goes from left to right, so make sure you're on the left side of the screen so that the claw doesn't hit you. And right now, if you guys see that little icon over here, Eve just spawned. So now what the boss is going to do, he's going to jump up in the air and he's going to bring down like this immense fireball. For that, there's only one thing to do, and that the Eve is going to bring up this blue circle. I just found out about this today. Unbelievable. But if you guys run into this blue circle right here, I am in the blue circle, right? I think I am. Yep, that does no damage whatsoever. That was really cool to find out. I was like, oh, okay. There is a way to there is a way to do this without dying every single time. Okay, our break cycle is a little bit messed up. At least I think so. Yep, it definitely is. We only got about 10 million damage with that break. I'll use the defense, get status activation. We're doing good. We are doing good. I saw that claw coming from a mile away. Nice try. Okay, we're trying to increase the break cycle, which we do. I want to get to, well, I say I want to, but I'm not sure if we're going to be able to. I want to reach 90 million before this break cycle ends. Alright, let's go for 95 million before this break cycle ends. Nope. Alright, we got to 93 million basically. Alright, here come the fireballs again. Make sure you guys are in the clear. Break, break, break. Alright, this is a good break. This is a good break cycle. I can tell. Alright, come on. Alright, maybe not the best break cycle. I'm definitely rushing through this a little bit, and in all honesty, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not very good at this. I haven't done faction boss in like a month. Alright. So right here was the thing. Alright, yeah, we were in this cycle, we were in that space, and so we did not get broken. Wait, I hit all my break skills. Did it not register? Oh my god. This is why I'm gonna have to hang back. Oh, what? That happened so fast. I still had a minute to go to. Gosh darn it. That just happened so fast. And honestly, this is not an excuse, but my finger was cramping. Oh my god. Oh, my finger was cramping. I couldn't get to the thing. But anyway, if you guys are on the global server, 1 million damage should definitely be something that nobody else has. So hopefully this helps you out. Again, you guys do not need to get... Did I say 1 million damage? No, I'm at 100 million damage. That should definitely be something that nobody else has on the global server. Or maybe they do. I don't know. All you really need though is 10 million damage. If you guys can get 10 million damage, you guys are gold, because you guys get all the achievements and you guys get 500 dragon crystals every time you accomplish it. So, not my best showcase, but again, my screen was iffy, and I don't think it's gonna get any better. Should have cut my nails too. That is a huge thing. People might be laughing, but I'm serious, guys. cutting your nails greatly increases the likelihood of you performing good on these faction boss raids. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully people don't mind my major screw-ups. If you guys have any questions or comments or requests for future videos, let me know in the comment section down below. If there's anything you guys are held up on, let me know. I will use a team that you guys probably have, or you guys can tell me your units. I'll take your units or the team that you guys say, and I'll try to beat the stage that is in question. If you guys like my content, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. It helps keep me motivated. And until the next time, guys, Neon out.